Week 1 of the college football season officially in the books. We're rolling on to week 2. We are here at the Caliber store in Homewood for your Auburn edition of Head to Head. I'm Lauren Sisler. This is Jim Dunaway. And Auburn returns home. They get their first start in Jordan-Hare Stadium of the season, playing Alabama State.
Yeah, new look Jordan-Hare Stadium coming off the big win over nationally ranked Washington. Alabama State, an FCS program, so there's no point spread this week, but we will have our picks later in this video. We start, though, with 3 and out.
Okay, in this segment, we're picking 3 things that are probable or not to agree or not to agree.
That's right.
That is the question here, Jim Dunaway. And we're going to start with Auburn. Will they have 2, not 1, but 2 100-plus yard rushers in this football game against Alabama State?
I guess the easy answer would be yes, because they're playing an FCS opponent. I'm actually going to say no. I think Boobie Whitlow ends up out rushing Cam Martin, gets over the 100-yard mark. Cam just under the 100-yard mark. And then you start seeing a fleet of running backs into the game. So I'll say just 1 100-yard rushers, but a lot of guys with a lot of yards.
I tend to agree with you on that because I do think they're going to try to distribute the football, but I would like to say that we're going to see right there at that 100-yard mark. So I'm going to say yes on this one. We're going to see Cam Martin, Jatavius Whitlow, both getting 100 or more yards. I think it'll be right there around the 100 mark. All right, moving on. Second down. Does Auburn get more than 10 tackles for a loss in this football game? 10 or more. We'll go 10 or more.
Yeah, 5 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss against a veteran Washington team over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. An amazing performance by the front 7 at Auburn. And these guys are fresh. They're all healthy. And I think that number goes up this week, even as they rotate in third stringers and fourth stringers, a hungry, deep bunch on defense. And the tackles for loss is an amazing number that they had against Washington. It even goes up this week against Alabama State.
I will have to agree with you. I think Auburn came out of the gates hungry in this one. This defense wanted to come out and prove themselves. They've been the hype, the talk of the town all offseason. We're going third down and penalties. Penalties were a huge issue in this one. 12 penalties for 111 yards.
That's bad.
So the big question here, can they cut that number in half to 6? Jim, yes or no?
I think it's a great place to start. 6 is good. Different stage, different atmosphere. This time it may be not being over-amped to have some silly penalty. This time it may be got to stay focused because it's a different atmosphere than it was against a nationally ranked team on national television. So for me, I think 6 is a good number. For me, I want to see better red zone play calling than they had last week, and the penalties were a huge problem too.
All right, I'm going 6 or lower as well. I think that's going to be the key focus in practice this week. They want to clean it up. They go back to fundamental football. We're going under. And now it is time for your Sideline Swag.
All right, Sideline Swag basically is like the turnover chain, the turnover throne, that craze that's going through college football. We're going to give some unique award out to a unit player or coach from the Auburn team. Who you got?
I'm going Auburn defense, and it's the invisible tape. Because, oh, by the way, Washington couldn't seem to find the end zone. They got into the red zone 6 times, only found the end zone once. So Auburn defense, keeping it invisible, baby.
Invisible tape, keeping them out of the end zone.
Yeah.
For me, I've got to bend down here. I may need 2 hands. It's actually a 7-pound. Feel how heavy this is.
Woo!
This is an old school cast iron where Auburn's defensive line flattened the veteran Washington offensive line. They were out there starting left tackle, obviously, but Auburn dominated with those tackle for losses and sacks. That's a heavy unit that's going to flatten a lot of offenses this year. They get the cast iron this week.
Where do you keep that, by the way?
On the bookshelf downstairs. And our big person on campus this week at Alabama State, somebody we agree on.
We're going with Rosa Parks. For those of you who don't know, she went to Alabama State, and she is the First Lady of the Civil Rights.
She helped change the world. We'll see if Alabama State can change the outcome of a football game inside Jordan-Hare.
Okay, we're making our picks, and Jimmy D, I'm going to go first. I'm going to pick Auburn to win in shutout fashion for the first time since they played Alabama A&M back in 2016. 45-0. I think they clean up the penalties. I think they rotate guys in and out. And I think a lot of the question marks that they had going into week 1 are now going to be answered.
So 45-0?
45-0.
What's your favorite game show? Anybody?
Family Feud.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Family Feud.
Did I hear Price is Right? Yes, Price is Right. 46, one more than you. 46-0. Auburn over Alabama State. See, that's one more without going over. If it's anything above that, I win. 46 to nothing. I don't think.
What do you win? A new car!
Probably both showcases because I'll be 46-0 spot on. And I'm going to say it's Boobie Whitlow. I think Whitlow actually outrushes Cam Martin this week and starts to assert himself maybe. What's wrong?
That is so funny.
All of a sudden,
She says it'll never recover.
you love you some booty. That almost came out of my mouth. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's over now. Yes.
You're not gonna.
All right, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. You're crying. Get the tear out.
Okay. It sucked. Jim's ready to punch me.
No, not at all. You have a horrible cry face.
Okay.
Happy tears, though. Happy tears.
These are all happy tears. Okay. So where are we starting?
The 3 and out.
This video was brought to you by Caliber, a luxury store in Homewood, Alabama that's reviving the finer things in hunting and fishing.